fix this.
Fine.
Get your hand a little wet. Fix that dew right up. How do I look? How you're dry. Damn, that's good. Man, it's crazy being out here. Moved to Colorado about 2 months ago, and it's crazy. It's crazy what you can achieve. And not even just achieve, just do. Like, we just packed our stuff up. I left my job and we hit the road. I mean, yeah, there's been challenges and everything hasn't been perfect, but this is what we wanted. We wanted a foundation to build off of, something that we could be proud of, something that was ours, something that didn't have any attachments to anything else, something that would stand on our own 2 feet just like us. And it's been an amazing experience, truly. I mean, even just being out here and this place goes forever. It's just really cool to see what you can do just by, you know, crazy to have an idea and then to see it come true in front of your eyes is just, I don't know, you can't even describe it almost. It's like, able to just say, this is what I'm gonna do and this is my idea and can we even do it? And sooner rather than later, almost it feels, you know, you put in the hard work, you put in the time, and here we are, or here I am. And it's just amazing to be out in places like this. You know, I used to work at this summer camp, a lot like this. I mean, honestly, I mean, it was on an island, so we didn't have like all these. We did have mountains. It wasn't as tall as this, but you know, with this nice look out onto the water, and this is where I spent, you know, a lot of my summers. Not, you know, here, but at the camp. I used to work down at the water all the time, and my boss was just this giant 6'3", built to the brim linebacker, just all hulked out. And you know, we used to do these campfires, and each Friday we do a skit, and it was like everything not to do at the waterfront, right? Like we'd go around like showing a rule and breaking it, and we had this and so that guy, he played what was called the Waterfront linebacker. So anytime you broke a rule, he'd come in and just floor you to the ground. And I remember, like, man, I must have been 15, 16 years old. I was so excited to like get out in front of the stage and just, you know, make the crowd happy. And so my job was, so the, you know, surrounding like the waterfront was like this rope line, right? We call it the 10-foot high wall. Couldn't jump over it, couldn't go underneath it, couldn't get around it. It was 10 feet and it stretched 100 miles that way, 100 miles that way. Just a little dinky rope. You could just get on the other side. But the whole intents and purposes was this 10-foot high wall. You can't just jump that. You can't scale that. So my job, of course, was to be that kid that was like, of course it's not a 10-foot wall. And so I would walk over and just get hammered. Because I wanted it to be so real. I was like, all right. I was so dumb. I said, all right, let's make me bleed. That's what I want. That's what I want. And so I jumped the wall, and this guy just comes at me. He was so clever. I jumped, got in the air, and as I was in the air, he clotheslined me, and I just slammed into the ground. My knee was all bloody. Did exactly what I wanted. But I felt like he had too much of a win, you know? Like the grin on his face from utterly destroying me was just too much, you know? I had to come up with a way to tag him back. So, not a good idea, by the way. So, we're sitting there, and on Sundays, you know, because early in the morning when the scouts arrived Monday morning, we give them a swim test. So Sunday nights, to make it really easy on the waterfront staff, we would come down to the water and there's a bunch of these like kayak racks where all the kayaks are stored, and we'd sleep on top of the racks, you know, just in sleeping bags, and then in the break of dawn, we'd wake up and we'd be right there ready to work. And so we're sitting there, you know, we played a few card games and we're all getting ready to go, and that big linebacker guy, he had a mummy sleeping bag. Now, if you ever see like a coffin, like a mummy sleeping bag, you know, basically goes all the way up around and there's a hood on you, so you're like, you can't move, you're squashed in. So I get the bright idea, you know, I'm talking with my friends, I'm like, I go over, just whack him with a pillow, and that'll be good, right? Like, he's all trapped up like this, he's not gonna get up, it's just a pillow, like, we got this. And everyone was like, Nick, you can't do this. Do not do this, this is a big mistake. I'm like, the big mistake was clotheslining me. No, I'm just kidding. So I get up, I sneak over, and I get so scared, right? I'm like looking down, and I got the pillow in my hand. Everybody's around him going, don't do it, don't do it. And even him, he looks up at me and he goes, big mistake. And I'm like, I just can't help myself. Whack! I just hit him full on, I just book it running. And I run back over, get on top of my little like foam mattress that I have, throw the blanket over. This guy just walks over, picks me up in the mattress and just throws me off the kayak rack. Big mistake, and just walks back and goes to bed. Like, I was like, no, man. So sometimes when you're pranking somebody, you always have to remember, revenge comes. You also have to remember that when you're pranking somebody twice, 3 times, 8 times your size, and can literally throw you off a 10-foot platform, maybe not the best idea. But, you know, I really racked up the points on that one. All right, back to that story time. By the way, if you liked any of this goofball behavior, go ahead and check out one of my other videos. There, maybe over here. I don't know. You click. You know where it is. You see it. All right. Bye.